Alrighty guys, we're on lesson 8.09 Prism. Your objective today is that students will be able to apply formulas to find the volume of a prism. Now this one's a little different comparing to the first three that we did. The volume of a prism is the area of the base, we call it big B, times height. So when you're copying this, please remember that you are also going to copy big B. Big B represents the area of the base. Normally, if you see a lowercase b, that just means base. But when you see big B, that's the area of the base. Now with these prism, to find a volume, it depends on what the base is. It can be a triangle, it can be a rectangle, it can be a square. And we're going to do some examples. So again, the volume of a prism is big B times h, and I like to refer it to as big B, the area of the base. Now let's look at the first one. Here is an example of a rectangular prism. Rectangular prism, I like to think of a box. Most of you know that the volume of a rectangular prism or a box, even though it says big B times h, it's the same thing as saying length times width times height, right? This length and width is actually the base, which is a rectangle. So the length times width times height, it's going to be 6 times 3 times 2. And this is how it's always going to be whenever it's something that looks like a box, a rectangular prism, which is actually 6 times 3 is 18, 18 twos is 36, and this is feet cube. Alrighty, this is a really common one. You will see it says rectangular prism. This should be AN, whoops. But it's mostly, this represents like a box. That's all you need to think of. Length times width times height, you multiply them. Now, if you're dealing with a triangular prism, right? So just now we talked about a rectangular prism. Here we're going to talk about a triangular prism. So remember, general volume is big B times h. This big B here is your triangle, it's your base. Now you are going to replace big B with whatever shape you're working with. So in this case it's a triangle, so I'm going to replace big B with half base times height, which is the area for a triangle, and then you're going to multiply this by the height of the actual shape. Now here, right, remember this guy, and I'm going to make a note, it's the area of the triangle, because that's the base. It's a triangular prism. So volume is equal to half the base, and I'm looking back at this shape here, this triangle is 6, the height is 3, and then the height of the entire prism, which is this squiggly line piece, is 10. So let's do half of 6 is, excellent, is 3 times 3, which is 9, and then times 10 is 90. So the volume, and don't forget centimeters cubed, the volume of this guy is 90 centimeters cubed. Now, it's pretty much straightforward. We just need to remember that big B depends on the base. If the base is rectangular, if it's a square, if it's a triangle, just replace it. So you got a couple questions. Like I said, this was going to be a short video. You got a couple questions, whether it's multiple choice or not. Just don't forget to show all your work and submit this on Google Classroom for your grade. Alrighty, have a good day, guys.